use Moldavite to aid with my manifesting. And specifically today, I want to talk about something which I have coined as shift and lift. Okay, now shift and lift is basically what I believe Moldavite does to you. It first of all shifts your behaviours and patterns and thought processes, and hopefully any trapped traumas as well. So it aims to shift them, release them, so that you lift in vibration. So you shift all the blockages, basically, is a more succinct way of putting it. Shift all the blockages, and then you lift to a higher vibration. And from that point of vibration, you're then able to manifest more into your life and greater things into your life, and really become the greatest version of yourself and create that dream life in tandem with the law of attraction. So today I want to talk about the last few months in my life, which is when this pendant came to me. And for those of you who don't know, I had a couple of Moldavite pieces before this one. I still got one of them. This is this ring here, and a pendant as well, which I no longer have. But each time I've bought a new piece of Moldavite, it's taken about 2 weeks, I've noticed, and then shifts have started to happen. Okay, and then maybe a few weeks after that, or possibly even months, depending on what area of my life we're talking about, I have seen a lift in vibration. And so the initial ring that I got, certainly I saw shifts in how people, it released some negativity from me and lifted me to a place where people were reacting differently towards me. They were friendlier, they were smiling more, they were initiating conversation more, they were touching me more. And I noticed that change very, very strongly. And a few changes happened in my life. Then I got my second Moldavite pendant, which I bought from a guy called Mark who does great YouTube videos on Moldavite. And that initiated a huge shift in me. At the time I was going through some healing work anyway, and that seemed to increase that, the releasing from the healing, but mostly what it did was it brought up something in my life that needed dealing with, and I needed to deal with, and that was that I'd fallen into a comfort zone, and it enabled me to shift out of that comfort zone. And the work that I then put in over the next few months, which basically revolved around creating an entirely new career for myself as a writer, a freelance writer, and moving islands and eventually moving to another island in another country, and working on myself even more to shift even more. But it lifted me to another vibration where I really started to move more towards my goals, my big goals and dreams, and get on the vibration I needed to be to make that happen. And I'm now getting closer and closer to those things, to those dreams. And so that brings us to where I am now. This is, you can see in the background, this beautiful, beautiful background is Lombok, which is one of the islands of Indonesia. I live in the neighbouring island, Bali. And so this explains the fantastic scenery behind me. And I now live in places like this because I've been able to shift my vibration down the years and lift it to a higher state, so I can attract things like this kind of lifestyle. And what Moldavite does is it magnifies your energies, positive or negative. So it's going to bring up any shit you've got if it's there, and if you deal with it, then it's going to allow you to lift your vibration eventually, because it's going to make you a clearer channel, a clearer vessel for manifesting and allowing in the power that's without and the power that's within to grow. And that will aid with your manifesting. It will make you a real magnet for what you want. So let's talk about this Moldavite piece and what it's done for me over the past couple of months. And I believe it's helping me to heal and release even more, and bring me to the point where now I'm looking at some of those deeper underlying issues that I've had, the ones that have been more difficult to shift, if you like, specifically around relationships and also around kind of career, moving towards more financial success and freedom. And in particular, I found that since I've had this, I found that I've been releasing a lot more, but also the Moldavite's brought me situations which I've had to deal with. I've wanted to deal with, to be fair, I've needed to deal with, so that my relationships with people get better. And I've spoken about this in a previous video, my love relationship, which I've recently embarked on, which possibly my twin flame has been brought into my life, so that's something that's ongoing at the minute. And maybe in future videos I'll talk more about that. And friendships, I've got a great friendship group. I'm actually out here traveling with them to this beautiful place here, Lombok. And so my tribe is growing as well, which feels fantastic. So these are major things in my life that I know that I wanted, but I needed to be healed first before I needed to shift first before I could lift myself to the vibration that was attracting these amazing people into my life. And now I'm obviously trying to do that with all areas of my life. And these things are all ongoing. I'm obviously still working on myself. Something I do pretty much every day. And I know I'm growing into that person that I really want to be. And one of the things I think that this Moldavite piece is doing is helping me become much more aligned and closer to what I really want to do. And it's bringing me closer to my massive, massive dreams. Now, I want to talk about those big dreams now. And this is something that I've actually been trying to manifest these dreams for probably a couple of years, but I'd say more sincerely within the last 10 to 12 months, because I say that because I don't think I fully believed I could get them when I first started using the law of attraction. In fact, I know I didn't. And it was almost like, well, it'd be nice if I got that, but if I don't, it's okay. You know, I probably won't, maybe I won't, but it's okay, I'll settle for this. But my mindset has now shifted through all the healing that I've done. And when I talk about healing, we're talking mostly about, as I talk about in my previous video, it's self-love. It's learning to love yourself. And when you have that unconditional love for yourself and you love who you are, then you realize that you can do anything you want and you will go for everything that you want. And all those big, massive dreams that you're fearful of before evaporate, and you start to realize you can get them. And that's the process I've been going on with Moldavite, really. It's been lifting me to my vibration consistently down the months, to the point where I now not only believe I'm going to get those big dreams and that they're going to manifest, but I know they're going to happen. I just know, I have a deep knowing about things, and that's an intuition thing as well. I talk about how my intuition has massively gone up over the past couple of months since I moved to Bali. But I think it's been incrementally probably going up without me even realising for around about a year since I've got the Moldavite anyway. So what are these big dreams? Okay. And this is, by the way, the first time I've actually come on video and actually said this. So it's a big deal. I kind of shied away from it and was like, well, I don't want to look like a fool if these things don't happen. And, you know, also part of me felt, well, it's a bit of a brag and I don't really want to brag about things. Let's just see if they happen. But I'm doing this now because I want you guys out there to see that I believed in this way before these things actually happened. Because you have to. That's how the law of attraction works. You have to be and get in that vibration before you become those things. So this is my way of basically saying, look back at this video in a year or 2 years' time or however long it takes, and you'll see me talking. You'll see me saying, I am going to do this. I am going to be that. Because I was moving towards that vibration that I needed to get on before I actually got it. Because that's what you have to do with the law of attraction. And it's difficult with these bigger things sometimes because you have blocks around them. And that's why you need to heal. That's why you need to get rid of the limiting beliefs that you have that tell you you can't do this or you can't be that. And so that's what I've been working on. But it all does come down at the end of the day, I've realised, to self-love. And if you have that unconditional self-love for yourself, then nothing else matters. And you know that you can achieve anything you want, and you will at least strive. Even if you're not 100% certain that you'll definitely do that thing, you'll at least try, because you've got more self-worth, more respect for yourself, that you won't allow yourself to live that life where you're in a career that you don't like, or you're with a partner that you aren't in love with. You know, you only ask the best for yourself. That's the best way I can put it. When you have complete and utter self-love and self-worth, then you don't accept second best. You don't settle. You don't lie in a comfort zone. You get out there and you go for it, no matter what the consequence, because you have to be, for your own self-worth and self-care, you have to go for what you want. You have to go for what you love. Nothing else matters. So I'm fully in alignment now, because these things I'm going to tell you about, they're things I want. I want them because it's important to me. It's important to, I don't want to become an old person in a few years' time, 30, 40, 50 years' time, and look back on my life and say, with regret, and say that I never went for it, because I lacked that love for myself to actually go for these things. So anyway, what are these things? First of all, and most of you will know, I do a bit of writing, but it's writing for other people at the minute. And it's amazing that I've managed to build a career out of nothing, and I've managed to become a freelance writer, but now I realise that that's just a stepping stone for me. I want to write my own stuff. I want to write my own books, my own novels. And I actually have written a book. It's called The Law of Attraction Bullshit Free Guide. And I did that a few months ago. That's now available on Amazon. You can download that using the free Kindle app. You do not need a Kindle. Go and check that out. But that's just the beginning for me. My big, big dream is to write a best-selling novel. So a story. And I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I will keep that to myself. But I've already started writing this book, and it's something that I really want to become big. And the old me would have said, oh, well, you don't need to be a massive success, or, you shouldn't really try and aim that high. But actually, no, that's wrong. It's the wrong way of looking at it. If you want that success, aim for that success. So that's what I want. I want to have a best-selling novel, a worldwide best-selling novel. And I believe it's going to happen. And whether you see that as being big-headed or not doesn't bother me anymore, because I literally don't care what other people think. And my whole life has been spent caring too much about what other people think. But when you have that self-love for yourself unconditionally, you don't care. You stop living your life for other people, or living your life because you care about what other people might think about what you're doing. And as someone who had anxiety for their entire life, pretty much, I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it, and I'm not going back to that. And part of the process of my healing is to stop that worry and that anxiety about every step in my life that I'm taking, and to aim as high as I can, and know that I can get there, and I know that I can, and I actually believe that I will. It's not even a question of if, it's just when. And also, with the law of attraction, drop the desperation around that thing. You know what, if it didn't happen, I've still got a great life. I'm still creating a great life. So I'm not desperate to get it, but I believe I will. And, it might be in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 10 years' time, I don't know. That doesn't really bother me. It's the process, the fact that I'm writing and doing what I love in life, and hopefully I'm going to help a few people along the way, and they're going to enjoy what I'm putting out there. And then we see what happens, and that's it, enjoying the process, enjoying the fact that you get up every day and you get to do something that you love, to create. And that's been my self-love journey, really, to understand that I can do anything that I want to do. And for years and years and years and years and years, basically as soon as I became an adult, I stopped that. I stopped writing, because I didn't think I could get anywhere with it. I didn't think I could make money out of it. I didn't think people like me could make careers out of that kind of thing. It was for other people. I didn't have the qualifications, or I just wasn't good enough. And I didn't believe any of that now. But it's been a process of healing, and this Moldavite has helped with that process. It brings situations and people and circumstances into your life that will force you to think about these things. You can't hide away from it any longer. That's what will happen. And out here in Indonesia, in Bali specifically, there's an energy to the place as well, and things just magnify, and everything just seems to come together a lot faster. The manifestations and the synchronicities just become incredible, and you will be brought things that are going to test you, but they're there for your growth. They're there to help you. And now I can see the pieces of the puzzle all falling into place. And as long as I stick with it and keep the faith and don't get scared, particularly when obstacles come up, because obstacles are always going to come up, And if something needs healing, you step into it and don't ignore it, then I know that I'm going to be okay. I know deep down that I will become a successful novelist and I will have a worldwide bestseller. And some people might look at that as ego, but it's not. It's just something I want to experience. I just want to know what it's like. I want to have that feeling. It's not from a place of ego. It's just I'm interested. Maybe I won't even like it. If I become well known out of it, maybe I won't even enjoy it. But that's cool. I want to know either way. But also, becoming a best-selling novelist means that my books are getting out there. People are listening and reading my messages, and I believe my message can help people. And if not, the least it would do is to help people feel good in that moment. And there might be people out there who, like me, who are struggling with anxiety or depression, and something like reading a book for an hour, listening to music for a while, can lift them out of that funk and that fog, even if it's just for a few minutes. I know that music and books really helped me. I wouldn't say they saved me, but they certainly helped me during the very dark years of my life with anxiety. So just knowing, if I can put out a piece of art, my own creation, and it does that for some people, it takes them to another place and lifts them out of the monkey mind for a while and makes them feel good, I've done my job. I've helped to raise the consciousness of the planet in some way. But also, there will be a message inside this book, but you'll see when the time comes. But also, I maybe a year ago added to that and decided, I want to go bigger than this. Why not have a successful movie made out of it? And why not have a video game too? Because I used to be really big on video games. And I was thinking, how cool would it be to have a really well-known video game created out of my novel? So I'm going for that. I'm not actually a movie buff. I'm not really into movies, but I just think it'd be cool. Maybe go to the movie premiere of my own adaptation of my novel. How cool would that be? And it sounds out there, doesn't it? It sounds like something that very few people have experienced, and that's true. But why not me? That's the way I look at things now. Why not me? It used to be, why them? But now it's like, well, why not me? I can do it. Turn that negative. Why them? Why not me? So that's the way I look at things now. So again, if it never happened, I wouldn't care. It's not something that I'm desperately chasing. But at the same time, it is something that I want to experience. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not attached to it. As long as it's not something that you feel you can't live without, or you're going to get, if you don't get it, it's going to leave you frustrated or angry in any way. So these are the things, the big dreams that I'm aspiring towards. But as I've said, I had to get to that place where I had enough love for myself and felt worthy of actually being able to achieve those things. And without that, it's very difficult. You can't really set the bar that high. So this is how people get stuck in comfort zones and they can't move forward with their lives, because they get stuck in a rut because they're scared to move forward. There's that fear to move forward, but it's all based in, if you reverse engineer everything and go deeper and deeper and deeper, you look behind the layers, it all comes back to that one thing, which is a lack of self-love. There's more to this as well. So I also realised that music is such a big passion of mine. It's something I've neglected. And I used to be a DJ a long time ago, and I stopped basically when it was probably the only period of my life where things were going magnificently well, up until recent times, that is. But I gave up too soon. When things didn't go well, I gave up and thought, okay, that's my time over. I can't do this now. I need to go back to the rat race, the 9 to 5. It's not sustainable, and I gave up basically and didn't DJ for years. And that's now changed because I've started to think in recent months, well, I know I can do whatever I want. So why am I hiding away from getting back into DJing? Maybe I don't want to DJ in dingy nightclubs till 5 a.m. where there's lots of drugs and alcohol around, which which isn't going to be good for me. No, because I've lifted my vibration enough that I don't want to have that lifestyle anymore. I want to be clean, healthy, and respect my body. and lied. But I came across a thing called Ecstatic Dance, which is basically sober raves. But they have a lot of them out here in Asia, and particularly in Bali, where I live. I go to Ecstatic Dance at least once a week. And it's fantastic. No one's drinking, but everyone is dancing. Everyone is just letting loose. The inhibitions are lost. It's all about how you would dance if no one was watching. And it's fantastic. It's liberating. And the freedom I feel at these events has reignited something in me. And also the music that is playing at these events is music that I used to DJ anyway, house music. And I love it. And I realised how much I missed it. And so I'm getting back into DJing, and I'm already manifesting people who are in this scene, in this ecstatic dance scene, and who organise parties and things like this. So the contacts are coming to me. So I can already see the pathways that's going to get me back into DJing again. And you know, I'm just doing it for the love of it. You know, money isn't even an issue here with me. I just want to do it because I love it. But it's amazing how quickly it just happens. As soon as you set your intention and get into alignment, things will start to happen. The people, circumstances, situations that you need to manifest, your desires are going to come if you're ready for it. But again, it's like, I'm not desperate to be a DJ. I would just like to be one. It would be fun, but if it didn't happen, I'd be cool with that as well. But I know it's going to. It's just a matter of time. You know, I'm going to be DJing again regularly. I know that. So, you know, I want to get back into that, and I also want to be a music producer. And this was something I was thinking about for years and years and years, but never got into it. But I'd love to learn how to make electronic music and produce my own album and have a singer on that album. And again, it doesn't matter to me if it does really, really well, but I think it will do. You know, possibly within the niche, the electronic dance music niche, maybe. But who knows? You know, I'm not putting any pressure on that. I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy making music. It might be something that just doesn't resonate with me, but I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to manifest it happening. And somehow or other, I'm going to get an album out there. So it's been a long period of healing for me now, several months. I feel like I've come out the other side of that healing now. It's been accelerated by this, but I feel different now. I've actually felt physically my vibration rise. Like I'm bounding around the place now with energy. I feel fantastic. I feel unlimited. And people are reacting differently towards me. I've said it before. I'm getting more and more people are smiling at me randomly in the streets or across from the other side of a room. And it feels fantastic. I feel fantastic. And I know it's the shifting and then the lifting that has created this. And I'm so excited about where I'm going next in my life. And I hope you're going to follow me in my journey with Moldavite. I'm sure there's a lot more to come. So subscribe to my channel. That's Timothy Phoenix. Come and join me on Instagram at timothy.phoenix. Don't forget the dot. And don't forget my book, The Law of Attraction Bullshit-Free Guide. It's on Amazon. You can download it for free using the Kindle app, you can download the free Kindle app and then buy it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Hasta luego.